This video will guide you through assembling the Ride1Up Vorsa. For additional assembly information, please visit our digital assembly resource page. Once you've opened the box, remove the smaller box with parts and tools for your e-bike. Along with a few other items, you will find a tool set: keys, pedals, manual, and charger. Carefully remove the bike and set it on the ground in an upright position. We recommend getting help from an extra person when lifting the bike. You will find additional written instructions with the bike to help guide you through the assembly. Cut the zip ties to remove the packaging material. Remove the rack, stem, fork, fender, and front wheel from the frame. Be sure not to accidentally cut any wires or cables while removing the packaging. If you don't own a bike stand, it may be helpful to use the cardboard box to help keep the bike upright during assembly. Use the included maintenance grease and lightly lubricate the seat post. With the seat tube clamp in open position, insert the seat post into the seat tube to your desired height and close the seat tube clamp. Ensure the saddle and seat post are firmly secure before riding. The included hex set and wrenches will be used to assemble the rest of your e-bike. Remove the compression ring and dust cover from the steerer tube along with the through axle before installing the fork onto the frame. Note the order of these parts, as they will be placed on the steerer tube in the same order once the fork is in the head tube. Carefully insert the fork steerer tube through the head tube, ensuring that the fork arch is facing forward and is properly seated. Slide the plastic compression ring over the steerer tube and seat it fully within the head tube. Slide the aluminum dust cover over the steerer tube, ensuring the flat edge faces forward. Align the stem forward and slide it over the steerer tube. Remove the rubber plug from the top of the stem. Using a 5mm Allen key, tighten the pre-installed stem cap bolt to 7 to 10 Newton meters. Loosen the 4 stem faceplate screws using a 4mm Allen key. Position the handlebars so that the brake levers are facing forward. The display should be on the left and the shifter on the right side. Ensure that the cables are not twisted or under tension. Attach the stem faceplate and headlight. Install the 4 stem screws to keep the handlebar in position. Next, adjust the handlebar position for comfort and fit. Once in the final position, tighten in an X pattern to ensure even pressure distribution. Once fully assembled, you may shift the handlebar components to fine-tune your riding position. Connect your display wire, taking care to align the arrows to protect the delicate metal connector pins from damage, and shift the front light into a forward position. Secure the front brake line to the fork clip using a 3mm Allen key. Route the brake line through the inside of the fork and install the front brake caliper to the caliper mount, ensuring the brake line is oriented upwards. Loosely install the 6mm brake caliper bolts to hold the brake caliper in place. Remove the brake pad spacer in preparation for installing the front wheel. Once removed, do not squeeze the front brake until the front wheel and rotor are installed. Position the front wheel between the fork stanchions and slide the rotor into the brake caliper, aligning it with the dropouts. Once in place, insert the through axle rod from the non-rotor side through to the rotor side. Secure the axle nut on the rotor side and tighten using a 6mm Allen key to 9 to 13 Newton meters. With the front wheel installed, pull the front brake lever to tighten the brake caliper bolt securely. Once fully tightened, release the brake lever. Check the proper alignment of the front wheel and handlebars. Once perpendicularly aligned, tighten the stem bolts on either side of the stem to 7 to 10 Newton meters. The Vorsa comes equipped with an adjustable stem. Using the provided Allen wrench, loosen the middle bolt slightly, then loosen the front adjustment bolt to unlock and adjust to the desired position. Tighten the front adjustment bolt and tighten the middle bolt, fully ensuring no movement. Ensure the fork and stem are securely attached with no gaps between the head tube and dust cover. When the integrated stem bolt is torqued to spec, it should not shift or feel loose. To test for proper installation, begin by locking the suspension fork using the right hand adjustment dial, then pull the left brake lever and gently rock the bike to test that the steerer tube does not shift within the headset. If shifting or play occurs, check that the compression ring is properly seated and further tighten the stem bolt until no play occurs. Apply grease to the left pedal threads using the included maintenance grease. Hand thread the left pedal, labeled L, by rotating counterclockwise. Once securely threaded, fully tighten using a 15mm wrench. Apply grease to the right pedal threads using the included maintenance grease. Hand thread the right pedal, labeled R, by rotating clockwise. Once securely threaded, fully tighten using a 15mm wrench. This step is optional. Install the fender to the fork bridge using a 5mm Allen key and M6 bolt. Adjust the spacing between the fender and tire to prevent rubbing. Secure the fender arms to the inserts on both fork stanchions above the brake caliper using a 4mm Allen key and M5 bolt. This step is also optional. Align the rear rack with the frame inserts as shown. Secure with 4 M5 bolts using a 4mm Allen key. Confirm the inner tubes are not pinched or folded within the tire to avoid flats, and pump up the inner tubes to the recommended PSI, marked on the sidewall of the tires. Remove the black nut above the axle bolt and motor cable on the right side of the rear dropout using a wrench. You may now slide the derailleur guard insert over the remaining black bolt and reinstall the block nut until secure. Insert the key into the key cylinder. Keeping one hand on the battery for support, turn clockwise to unlock the battery from the frame. Depress the silver button to release the battery fully. To reinstall back in the frame, insert the bottom of the battery into the frame, then press the top firmly to latch it into place. Remove the key from the cylinder. Remove the rubber charge port cover from the frame and insert the charger tip into the port, ensuring proper alignment for a complete connection. Once inserted, the charger LED will turn red to indicate it is actively charging. The LED indicator will turn green to indicate a full charge. Ensure the charge port cover is closed while riding and free of moisture or debris before and after charging. Check the description below for more information on adjusting and bedding your brakes, derailleur tuning, and detailed display settings. Please check our digital resource library at Ride1Up.com for additional resources and digital copies of your display and owner's manual. If you need further assistance, please contact our customer support team.